Hello, everyone, and welcome to our webinar today, talking about Databricks Data and AI Summit announcements and how they impact your day-to-day deployments. With DICE being over for just over 2 weeks, there are many things ongoing, and we've seen a lot of interest for what was announced and how these features enable your business to leverage more Databricks. This is why it's my pleasure today to have here Jana from Databricks and share with you all the greatest news that were released during the event. I'm Alexandru Puiu, CTO at Mindit.io and the data business unit leader. And we are the company that can help you really leverage the features of Databricks in a way that you really um, make it easy in the long run. Happy to have Jana here. Jana, I think you're on mute.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Alexandru. Yes, I'm Jana. I work in Databricks as delivery solution architect, and I'm helping customers to enable them with AI data platforms and supporting them with the different use cases. And I'm happy to be here with Alexandru to talk more about key announcements, maybe to give you little bit more understanding how it can be used in practice, and also happy to answer your questions. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here, Jana. It's a pleasure. Over today's webinar, we will go through key 4 points. Key announcements, which are the most important announcements that happened during the event. Our topics, how and what this means for you. A live walkthrough of the new capabilities of some of them. And what does this mean for you? If you are already a Databricks customer and you have already deployed your solutions on top of the platform, what should you do next? The structure of the webinar will rely on having a Q&A at the end. So please feel free to leave your questions within the chat or in the dedicated Q&A section. No further ado, the key announcements, which I guess many of you have seen if you were interested in the event, and ideally if you've been there, were more than this. But I think this set of 6 announcements are, let's say, the pieces that make up the painting. With Lakehouse RT now, and real-time analytics, operational analytics, which, let's face it, it's part of, let's say, the expectation of any business users when it comes to their data platform, now are to become a reality with sub 100 milliseconds latency, high query volume directly on Unity Catalog. So you have the governance, you have the security, you have everything out there, and now you will have also the quick and snappy response in terms of query times. That's very big. I get why it's called the Reynolds Dream Engine. Then it's LTAP, which, in my opinion, coming also from the software engineering background, is that missing piece that really positions lake base in a different league right now. Because out of the sudden, everything that you do in your transactional databases with your operational workloads is being made available in Unity Catalog in your Lakehouse analytical interface out directly. No pipelines, no monitoring, no latency in the data. Everything is out there right away. So you can use that powerful engine in Lakehouse RT to really build those operational reports without trying to convince the business that it's not really that easy. Then we have Omnigent as the meta harness for orchestrating coding engine agents, harnesses, and models, all open source that you can now have also a managed version in beta in Databricks, which is a big deal. All of us use day to day many harnesses, many models, and it's not always easy to like share the context between them, and they have, let's say, their own setups. So with this we are eager to see how it improves our day-to-day AI usage. Then we have Genie, which was a very big announcement, and it covered more modules, but I think the biggest one is Genie 1 that unifies all the business AI access. You have one interface where you can have access to everything that you've deployed in Genie, to your agents, to your models, to every AI asset that you have in your platform. And with the biggest things, I think, ontology and glossary, also the app builder, things are getting tricky out there because it's everything it's available at a glance, fast and reliable. There's Customer Lake as the first customer data platform built natively. So it's just gonna be a autonomous deployment. You will have profile, you will have campaigns, customized, personalized campaigns. You will have agents that monitor the campaigns, the engagement that you build. So this is, I think, revolutionizing the marketing as we know. And we all know that we need data for proper marketing. So it really makes sense to have marketing within the data platform. And then we have Unity AI Gateway, which is uh, extending the governance capabilities over the data platform. So everything when it comes to building your guardrails, depending on the models that you want your organization to use, to monitor your agents, to proxy your MCP servers, everything's gonna be right there. So yeah, a long list of of just key announcements, and everything happens for a reason, which is the context. As it was presented by Ali, the context is the foundation for really usable AI that brings back value for the whole organization, be it for technical experts and the best business people that you have. And there are, in our opinion, four layers that make this context. The first one is the live data layer. There's always the latency that comes when talking about data, especially when replicating between operational and analytical platforms. And LTAP with Lakehouse RT really solves that. LTAP makes the data available right away. Lakehouse RT makes it queryable very fast. Then you have the context layer, which is more the semantic in a format that machine understands what's your business, what is like, which are the terms that you use. And this is usually usually sides in people's heads. And this is, I think, the missing piece of the puzzle to really have reliable replies when interacting with AI agents. Then is the agent layer with Genie 1, Genie agents, and Omnigent to really streamline the agent building and availability. And of course, the governance layer. Everyone is scared, and truth so. about costs, about access, about possible issues. So Unity AI Gateway within Unity Catalog, I really think it brings those capabilities, so you can safely run your agent fleet within Databricks. From my perspective, I think the biggest and the most impactful announcements were Lakehouse RT, which really brings that operational analytics ready. So you can actually build the reports for the business on top of the operational database using LTAP, of course. Uh, Faster queries means more usability. People are keener to go into the platform and ask for their information or look at their dashboards for their information because it's snappier and brings the information in a more timely manner. Then there's LTAP, which really makes a great stand for lake base. So whether you are using already Postgres, I would consider, if you are using Postgres, if you are using Databricks, I would consider migrating some of those workloads into Databricks. Uh, so actually from Postgres to Lakebase. It's the integration with Lakehouse RT brings less stress on operational database, so no more replication window at 12 a.m. when the system closes the day. No management of 5 different platforms. Everything gets done in one place. You manage it there. You govern it in the same place. And I think the developer quality of life features like data branches, yeah, that's something that I wish I had 10 years ago. And then there's Genie, of course, which in the world of AI and Gen AI, having the possibility to actually go in one place in your phone or on your tablet or on your browser and ask like, hey, how have I been doing in the sales cycle yesterday or for the month to date, without opening one dashboard, applying your filter, and then looking at only that specific visual card. And it's really defining what we knew about data and how businesses interact and consume their data to make their decisions. So it's my pleasure to introduce now Jana, who will talk about Genie through a live walkthrough of G1, covering also Genie ontology and the agents and also the latest releases.
Thank you, Alexandra. Let me just enable my screen for sharing. So, sure. So I hope it works. You see everything now, right?
Yes.
Perfect. So let me then start. What I'm planning to talk about. As you can see on the site, we have quite some announcements, and Alexandro already said that it was huge. And we have many things which is very exciting and very important. I want to focus, as already mentioned before, on the Genie, and I want to focus on Genie 1 ontology, how it works, and what kind of capacity it brings to your day-to-day life and business immediately. And as already been mentioned, I cannot emphasize even more the importance of the Genie One. Genie One, it's a smart coworker which grounded on your business data. It helps to business users to ask questions in natural language and also get an insights. It connects on any tools of your choice, which you can see on this slide, and you can start interacting it from day one. Before, Genie 1 was called Databricks 1, and I will show you later on the interface of it. Together with the Genie 1, we feel it's very important to emphasize that we have Genie 1 application, which is super useful for the business users. And also for the engineers as well, I must admit, if you have any of your reports in Databricks, in Genie 1, you will be able to see your reports, your applications running, and the chats. And that application already available in App Store and Google Store. And I must admit, I actually personally use it for my analysis, and because half of our life already in the mobiles, that's why I think it's very important to have it. So what is next? There is some key capabilities, some important things which you can see as a capacity of Genie 1, and I will show you in a bit some of them in real life. But what is important when we talk about Genie 1, there is new feature that you can actually craft the documents out of the Genie 1, and it will be in the same application. It will be just a side panel when you can correct them or edit them. This is a good feature because when you have a specific conversation, you derive the information from Genie. You will be able also to already draft a comprehensive overview what you need to share, for example, with your board or with somebody else, and that's already available in Genie. Then we have also connectors. As I've mentioned already, in connectors, you will be able to connect external data sources, which will allow Genie to better answer your questions. What is also a very good thing here is a scheduled tasks. And for example, you have a specific analysis, and I will show you how it works, or specific KPI, whatever you want to get daily, weekly, monthly. You can just schedule your task from the Genie 1, and it will send the information in chat and in email. Depends on the schedule you have. What is also important to mention that you have custom MCP, and that's a way to connect Genie 1 with external MCP servers. Then we have skills, that in the skills you can also customize Genie 1 to your tailored needs. For example, I don't know, weekly sales report for your region or something else, and it will be specifically for you. And not kind of skill for every person in your workspace. So, and Genie agents, I will have a specific slide for them later on. Genie agents, it's a new generation of Genie spaces, and it's a domain-tailored AI agent, which is really powerful and very, very good addition to the overall the Genie family. So, what is next? Very exciting feature. Actually, quite some of my customers already asked about it several times. Is it possible to connect Genie to Slack or Teams, because our business users or somebody else, we just want them to use this functionality? We have it. It's available now, and you can add the Genie application to the Slack and use it already. So. MCP servers, as I've mentioned, a Genie 1 MCP app can be connected to any tool of your choice, what you use in your company. And this is a high-level overview of the Genie 1 components which we have, and that could be already immediately bringing the value to your day-to-day work. And now I want to talk about Genie Ontology. And Genie Ontology, it's one of the biggest announcements which we have during DAS, and it's an enterprise context layer. And we know that all of our agents, it's pretty smart, doing job pretty good. They smart enough and etc. But now, what we see in industry mostly, it's a context problem. That agents needs to understand the context of your specific business. What is happening? What is definitions? What is going on? And Genie Ontology, it's a self-improving knowledge graph that understands your business. It connects all data sources into unified ontology and works on based on this information as a shared glossary, and provide this one unified information to the users and agents that can derive good answers out of it. If I go a bit deeper into details, how it actually works. And in a high level, Genie Ontology, it's kind of semantic layer, context layer. which sits on top of your model semantics and on top of your knowledge base. And then it feeds this information to the upper level, as you can see on the slide. And on the next, I will explain you how it works slightly more in the details. In the Genie ontology, what we do first? First, we need to connect the systems to be able to derive this information. And Genie ontology, in our case, for example, when we talk about Unity catalog, we take semantics of the Unity catalog, lineage, domains, notebooks, dashboards, pipelines, usage of it, and the partner data sources. We kind of connect all information of about your business, what you have, and then we take this information and we extract this information in our internal knowledge store. And this internal knowledge store, we go over this all information and we run on it specific algorithm, which we call onto-rank. This algorithm is the page run algorithm that helps determine which snippet is actually authoritative. And when the determination happened, when we have a question which comes to Genie, we're able to look up this information from the ontology and ingest the relevant context to the agent loop. The Genie is able to answer much better and accurate. That means that will fully based on your knowledge which you have inside of the platform and actually outside if you connect to partner data sources. This is very step forward towards enabling the agents to understand context much better and to get more information from you from what you have. And in addition to ontology, when we talk about semantics, when we talk about business, I'm personally come from a lot of experience with the data model and data warehousing and kind of business value from the data platforms. And here, one more important thing which we announced during DIAS, which I feel also can enable users to be more powerful in terms of semantic enablement, and that's a glossary. Glossary, it's additional component which we have in Unity catalog semantic offering. It sits together with the metrics use and that's together with the domains. What is this glossary? Glossary, its capabilities where you can write business definitions of your business. And you can write definition of the KPIs, you can write definitions of the entities, tables, or whatever information is relevant for one and another domain. The good thing about that it's AI powered. You can generate it automatically with a Genie code, and it generates glossary and get it from cross references and relevant assets. And also, glossary it's governed in a Unity catalog as a standard Unity catalog assets, which could be certified and owned by domain stewards who manage their life cycle. This is also that feature will be in private preview, I think, somewhere in August. And already a lot of customers signing up for this one because it comprehends the full picture of semantics. So last but not least, Genie agents. We talk a bit about this, and I just wanted to make sure that we didn't skip very important thing about Genie agents, which also a lot of customers of mine asked. Now Genie agents is able to analyze both files and unstructured and structured data. Before you was Genie agents in general, that's a next generation evolution of the Genie spaces. And it's domain specific agent that can reason and matter on specific domain area. And now you can also add in Genie agent, as I mentioned, unstructured documents. Creator can work on the Genie agents from the Genie one directly, and they don't need to go to the workspace and do the settings inside. It's also available in a UI. And the thing is, the generation of the Genie agents might also happen from the Genie one after you're satisfied with the results you have during your talk with Genie one. And I think it's a very important feature to keep in mind. And from my experience, this is a lot of business users who are using Genie agents, previously called Genie Spaces, asked about it. So that's a theory. Let me go through to a bit of practice, and I will show you what we have inside of Databricks. So I will go. So let me a second. Yeah, I will go to. You should see my Databricks workspace right now. It's the same UI as all of us already know, and you can click here. You can go to Genie one, or you can go here, and you will open Genie one. In a Genie one, that's a standard interface. You have your chats, you have dashboards, spaces, apps, domains. But what is important here? Also, you can actually customize it. You can change this layout and have your branding, brand of your company here, that it will be more personalized experience. About the MCP servers, about the connectors, you can add the connectors here. That's capability already available. And I want to show you that how some of the questions could be answered and how the documents could be created. So I have the question related to custom Databricks account. There is a question which I've already made as a preparation. Give me the definition of the Databricks account usage, cost, and US dollars. We can meanwhile ask the question in the chat to see to show you that it works, but because it will take a bit of time, the whole this thinking process, I can show you what it prepared for me just before our webinar. So that's the thinking process which Genie comes through. This icon means ontology snippets. This icon means domains. If you click here, you will see the information, suggested domains information taken from. Then there is ontology snippets, which Genie was using to gather the answer. Then it also analyzes the users, who is the experts in this area, who is using that. Then we have the all results and overview. And for example, in our case, related to the questions of account usage and costs, we have all information here. Also, it provides you the logic how you can join the data. It provides a lot of additional information which might be useful when you analyze the billings and the costs of your Databricks workspaces. So, and then the interesting part, you can click here on the Genie ontology and you can see the graphs, for example, where this information comes from. And if you open this one, you can see what kind of components was used to provide these results. And here we have a Genie ontology, which is calculated. It takes the information from the metric definition, which we have inside of our Unity catalog, description of it, who is the author of this object, domains connected, ontology snippets, and Genie spaces. This is what Genie ontology does for you and how it works. And as soon as we release the domains will be also the part of this offering. Let's take a look how it ended up here. Yeah, the same information, pretty quick. And what I wanted to show you next, the document creation. For example, you analyze some terminology, you do something which is needed for your business. That's how document created. You can just ask. It takes some time to think. And document creation will allow you to create an information, adjust what on any components which you want to do, and also share it with the people you want to share this information. That's also very handy when it goes to the usage. Then let's talk about second question. Here we're talking about definition, what we use. But for example, I have a marketing campaign which I need to run and which I need to understand, okay, what kind of KPIs I should use for this campaign. I have a question already prepared. I will just copy paste it here while to show you that the thing's actually working. And at the same time, I have things prepared which we can walk through. This is what I asked Jeannie to give me the market, tell me the KPIs for marketing campaign customer demo. We have a customer demo Jeannie space here, which specifically works for the marketing campaigns. And this is what Genie Ontology does as a thinking process. It derives information here. Then I have results like total revenue. I have results of different KPIs names, and I have a definition and the highlights. What is important here, for example, I want to have this result sent to me by every, I don't know, every week. Then I just can schedule task from that information. It will take a while. And in this, let me second, it's still working. But to give you a better overview, yeah. Now it asks, okay, what time when we should do this? I have like monthly, and it's the daily, 9 a.m. And it will schedule it, and as a result, you will get here the schedule for all your tasks. And here, if you go inside of the schedule, you will see different components, how it could be, instructions, how it's supposed to run these things, and connectors which are connected. And if you run it, you will see the notification and you will see the email. Being cautious about time, I just wanted to mention one thing that we also launched. It's domains, and domains is a specific business areas which you can connect the data together, and Genie Ontology also searching through the domains. I think that's more or less all thing I wanted to show you today. And Alexandra, I'm handing over to you for the
Thank you so
closing note.
much, Jana. It's it actually brings pieces together. This I think was my favorite moment during the whole event,
Uh-huh.
because seeing the map like from the isolated, like the silos of data that we see everywhere, getting together into the new continent. It brought out the gamer, let's say, of me. But at the end, this is what I think many of us have seen coming in the past years, seeing how Databricks evolved. Uh, it's more than just an engine or a data platform. It's a full ecosystem that covers an organizational needs, no
Yes.
longer just the data. You have the data, you have the transactional capabilities with Lakebase, you have since the beginning the data science capabilities, the data warehousing with the Lakehouse Manifesto, data engineering using Spark, using Lakeflow, using declarative pipelines. And now you have real-time analytics with RT, and you have LTAP that combines everything. So your Genie um, agents can query real-time the data, and then your Databricks apps can uh, put the data into the Lakebase databases, and then that data is made available through the Lakehouse. So what's left? AI BI dashboards is there, new
Everything.
visualizations capabilities are there.
Yeah.
Really curious to what's come next event next year. But until then, what does this event means for the Databricks customers? And here I think there are four things that you should do right away to really get that competitive advantage and leverage the investments that you've made in choosing Databricks. First of all, deploy Lakebase. Lakebase, it's at a maturity level like any other Postgres database there's out there. Uh, it's production ready, it's enterprise ready, it's secure, it's governed. And with the enablement of LTAP in the near time future, then it really makes it hard to really avoid this new feature that, hey, I don't need to keep looking at 25, 3,500 ETLs taking data from my very let's say sensitive applications, and then to have the monitoring team, the ops team coming like, hey, can you please do something about the ETLs because they are breaking down the database at 1 a.m. and we don't want to keep that in place. uh, Really, we've used Lakebase in some contexts, and to be fair, again, I'm biased. I spend my time in Databricks. I wouldn't really deploy Postgres for anything else. Um, then, as you mentioned, Jana, uh, data needs to become AI ready. You need to build that context. Databricks has already your data. You already have your business logic with your ETL pipelines, your notebooks, and everything there. Now, you have domains, you have glossary, which are gapping that bridge in terms of the semantic model and what's needed in the platform to really put the business meaning into like text, into information that AI can consume. And that means that you already have to have a clear structure of your metadata, apply it properly um, to your assets in Unity catalog, and um, then be prepared to adopt glossary. So actual glossary and actually also domains, which is has been announced a little bit earlier than DICE, but it's still a new feature that was made available. That way, ontology will actually work as intended. Um, Genie 1 allows you to ship agents faster. You don't require so much technical knowledge. You have the governance that can really put the guardrails. So whoever does whatever agent, you still have that let's say, peace of mind that at the end of the day, you mitigate as many risks as possible. And that's where Unity AI Gateway comes in place. So here you should extend your existing policies to also look in for what AI governance means for you. From agent monitoring, guardrails, cost audits, all that is now available as part of Unity AI Gateway. And if you are interested in how to do any of that and or just need a sparring partner, you can feel free to contact us, and we'll be more than happy to spend some time. That being said, we are going into the Q&A session, and we have a couple of questions. Um, So we have one question, whether anyone can build their own agents. And yes, what was also part of the walkthrough, you can build your agents even without knowledge. Of course, you need the prompting, but to be fair, everyone is expected to know the prompting nowadays, and then you can use Genie code to do the prompts for you. So still not so hard. uh, it's very important on how you govern those agents, because you don't want agents that going rogue and spending hundreds or thousands of euros per token use, and you need to really put in place the right policies when it comes to Unity AI Gateway, for example.
Maybe if you're talking about, yes, as Alexandra mentioned, if you talk about Genie agents, it's important also to mention, for example, I see it's a big enablement for the business. And if you build a Genie agent, you don't need to have technical knowledge to go deep into the code. And we haven't had time to go through that, but now it's available, should be available to create a Genie agent outside of your conversation that you will be able to generate outcome immediately, which will tailor maybe to the specific, like there is a recommendations to have, I don't know, so not too many data assets there, but then it will be already bringing the importance to people instead of searching for the information, know where to go to ask it.
Yeah, that's very true, Jana. And sort of that really ties well into the domains because
Yes,
Gene agents should be sort of bound at subdomains. They should be very specific. They should be very contextual. So don't give them your whole Databricks estate, but then, hey, you're specialized in this. Basically, applying the same mindset as for building Gen AI agents in day to day. And speaking of Genie agents, we have another question about what do Genie agents require to work reliably. Uh, the okay, so as I was mentioning in the final call to action, data needs to be AI ready, so it gives you the information. It's similar to you go in ChatGPT, you go in Cloud, and then you ask something. If you don't give the LLM and the agent the harness, the context and the input that it needs, it will not be able to give reliable and reproducible outcomes. Test this out, take the same question, take two people within your organization and ask the same question to AI. You will not get an identical answer because their contexts are different, their memories are different, people are asking different things. So that's why Unity Catalog metadata management. So your traditional comments, descriptions within your data assets, and now domains and glossary really make the difference because then in the glossary you mention the UC metric that represents the business calculation, the business logic of your KPI that then has the lineage with the Unity catalog tables where that how that KPI is being calculated, and then the columns are properly documented, so ontology can actually make all the connections and say, okay, if you are talking about, I don't know, net sales or number of attendees, it will know, okay, I'm going to the marketing domain and I'm looking for the terms there. The terms tells me the UC metric that it refers to and goes down the road. So it can put all those pieces together. Without it, not gonna happen. I don't know what you think, Jana, but this is what we've
yeah, I
mostly
think you
seen.
covered. Yeah, you covered a lot of points. Maybe to make it a bit, because as you rightly said, all these components are connected, and it might feel that we need to provide a lot of information to start working, which usually it's kind of a living process which you enhance. And what we recommend for the customers when they start working with the Genie agent or with Genie spaces, take as evaluation, take a small subset of the data, 2 5 tables you very confident with, provided proper description. It's also we have Genie code capabilities to do so and start enhancing that. There is also loop feedback in a Genie agent. You can have a lot of capabilities there, but to start, you need two data assets which you're comfortable with. And then you can see how actually it can be enhanced and give you the real value. It's like as more it gets, as more mature your metadata management, your organization goes with agents, it will be more and more impactful. But to show first impact, you just need to start. That's
Yeah.
I usually always also say because it can be overwhelming at the same time. You're absolutely right.
You need to get a taste. You need to see how it behaves, how to set it up, because at the end, this has to be curated to business deployment. Business users have to get something that uh, it's proven to work. Then it comes the exploration for everyone. So if it's properly done at the beginning, and then to do it properly at the beginning, you need to start using it, see where it fails, where you need to tweak in, how should you position it further. We'll take the last question. Um, how to mitigate data leaking risks when using AI? Well, uh, this is a hard question. It really depends on what you're using and what's your internal stack. Of course, you should have a proper security um, policy at organizational level, uh, but at the end, uh, at the end of the day, uh, you need to set the guardrails, set the boundaries for what AI can read, what can AI can use, which is similar to what you give in terms of access to your own people within the business. And that's why Genie is so powerful, because Genie is not an external tool. It's not another platform that you need to manage, you need to connect, you need to ensure that the networking is safe. Is everything resides within the same boundary that is enterprise ready, and you choose to leave your data in. It's your choice on how well you use it. If you want to even limit that, you have Unity AI Gateway that allows you to put guardrails like what's sent before the integration with the large language model, how the response from the large language model is returned back to the user. So I don't know, if you don't want the LLM to have directive answers like do this, do that, you can have a guardrail post LLM integration and tell it, okay, don't use this, and it goes back to the LLM and regenerates the answer. Um, it's a long story. Uh, maybe we'll do we'll do another topic about that, but I don't know, Shana. Would you like to add anything
Yeah,
to?
it's a really big question. It's really big topic, as you said. I mean, that's just a system which you need to treat AI as a governance system, which, as you mentioned, with a strict access, with the rules, with monitoring, with everything. And Unity AI Gateway gives you a lot of these capabilities out of the box that you don't need to reinvent the wheel, but it also depends on your organization, what kind of policies you have inside. And that should be it should be taken very seriously at the very beginning. And then you will minimize the impact in the future and you will be sure that it works. But it really depends on with what components you work. We definitely recommend always to use Unity AI Gateway for any um, any work you do with your agents and models.
Right. Thank you so much, Jana. And with this, we are closing down our webinar. In the chat, you will find a link for giving us a little bit of a feedback and let us know your thoughts on the sessions that we're presenting and what topics are interested for you. Thank you so much for being here today and enjoy the rest of the week and a happy weekend ahead. Take care.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye. Have a good day.